Richard Ayres, welcome back to the University of Huddersfield. First of all, how do you feel about receiving an honorary doctorate from us?
I was so surprised. My mother was even more surprised because I was not very good at school. So this is, I think, maybe the first acceptable qualification I've ever, or honour or anything that I've ever received, and it was really very, very strange. I think I got the feeling it was for surviving. It was like an honorary thing for surviving for so long. And
thinking back to when you were here, when it was the Polytechnic, you came here all the way from Cornwall in the 1980s. So what are your memories of studying and living here in Huddersfield?
It really opened my eyes because it's a very different place, and I met people like me who were interested in music and the arts, and that I just didn't meet before, and people that were experts in their field, and in Huddersfield there was the festival as well. So I met all these amazing musicians and composers, and talked with them, and that was extraordinary. And in those days, the Huddersfield was one of the first places to have an electronic music studio. So that was also fantastic to see the cutting edge of music and composition. Yeah.
And thinking back to your time here as a student, what was the most important thing that helped you in your career? What was the biggest sort of takeaway you took from your time as a student that really helped you in your subsequent career?
Strangely, it was not being alone, because I was surrounded by people who had similar interests and enthusiasms, and teachers who were very good at what they did, and that was something I was interested in. So I came from a place where there was no art, no music, not much music anyway, and I was suddenly surrounded by people who cared about similar things, practical things and academic things, and that was very. I feel that I was very fortunate to have that experience. Yeah.
And since then, you've lived in the Netherlands for most of the time since you graduated, and of course now we have digital technology, which has exploded since your time as a student. What kind of a difference has that technology made to your career since you left here?
It's made an enormous difference in both aspects of my work, the composition side of things and the teaching side, because I do both. Composition, it's made a difference because I'm not necessarily limited to live music. I compose for websites, for online things, and I work with people all over the place. So it's a whole new art form has been developing, and especially intensely during the COVID lockdown. We've had, it was not necessarily a commission for a piece of music for an orchestra. It was maybe something with virtual reality walk around. So that's completely changed everything. And then teaching, it's made things easier and harder. I fear that it's made things harder for people who are not used to communicating with other people, and music and the arts are basically they're public events. It's a public thing. We display our work, we entertain people, then you need to work in a team, and I'm a bit worried that people have been used to working alone a lot and haven't been used to working in a team. With other human beings, and that takes a long time to learn, and I don't see that happening during education.
Okay. Looking at your the work that you compose, your compositions, if you ever sort of hear your music performed some time after you originally composed it, do you listen to it critically still, or can you enjoy it?
No, it's critically. I revise things constantly to get it right. or different, and I can't really let go that every piece has maybe 6 or 7 versions before someone tells me, oh, that's enough now. And then I, after it's been gone through that process, I don't listen to it so much after that, because I'm always busy with the next thing, which is like a journey into the unknown.
What advice would you give to our music graduates as they leave the university now?
There's no such thing as getting there. So I've sat in opera houses where my piece has been played and it's all sold out, and I'm thinking, well, tomorrow I have to get up. That was very nice, but this wasn't the end point. There's always the next day. If you enjoy what you're doing, or find it challenging or interesting, and you have a certain passion for that subject, you will never be lost. I would say enjoy the journey and don't think about where it's going.